Let's get right into it. Number 8, false memories factory. Imagine vividly recalling the time you met a celebrity. You can see the room, hear the applause, even remember what you wore. Small problem. It never happened. Congratulations, your brain just manufactured a fake memory and sold it to you wholesale. This isn't rare, by the way. Human memory is like a bad courtroom sketch artist. It means well, but good luck getting the details right. Every time you remember something, you're not pulling out a dusty file. You're actually recreating the whole thing from scratch, filling in gaps with guesses, emotions, and sometimes pure nonsense. Like a painter on a deadline, your brain just slaps a few brushstrokes down and calls it a masterpiece. Psychologists call this reconstructive memory, and it's why eyewitness testimony is about as reliable as a soggy fortune cookie. Even worse, your brain is confident. It doesn't just give you bad info, it gives it to you with a smug grin, like, oh, this is definitely how it went down. That confidence is why people will go to their graves swearing they saw Elvis at the gas station. Basically, your memory is less like a video camera and more like a compulsive liar who thinks they're helping. Number 7, emotional editing. You'd think your memory would be like a fair and impartial news anchor. Nope. It's more like a reality TV producer on 3 energy drinks, editing everything for maximum drama. Here's the deal. Your emotions at the time of an event literally change how you store it. Strong emotions like fear or joy make memories feel sharper, more vivid. But here's the kicker. They're not always accurate. You just feel like they are. Like when you're convinced your first kiss happened in slow motion under moonlight, but really it was behind a dumpster and you tripped over a soda can. On top of that, your current mood can warp old memories. Feeling happy? You'll remember the good stuff. Feeling sad? Suddenly your whole childhood feels like a black and white French art film. Your memory is constantly being rewritten in the emotional font of the moment. So don't trust it to tell you the truth. It's just telling you a story you'll believe. Number 6, the forgetting curve. Here's something depressing. You forget almost everything. Fast. Like, ridiculously fast. There's even a graph for it called the forgetting curve, and it looks like a ski slope after an avalanche. When you learn something new, your brain starts ditching details almost immediately. Within an hour, you've lost most of it. Within a day, it's mostly gone. Within a week, don't even bother looking for it. It's in the landfill next to your middle school algebra. This is because your brain is lazy. Or to be generous, it's efficient. It only keeps what it thinks you'll need and dumps the rest to save space. That's why cramming for a test works about as well as memorizing your grocery list with interpretive dance. Sure, you might pass tomorrow, but by next week, it's all dust. So next time you can't remember your neighbor's name or what you had for lunch, just know, it's not you. It's biology. Your hippocampus is busy deciding what to delete next. Number 5, the spotlight lie. You know that thing you did in high school? The one you still cringe about at 3 a.m.? Yeah, here's the fun part. No one else remembers. Not a soul. This is thanks to what psychologists call the spotlight effect, which is just a fancy way of saying your brain thinks it's the main character in every scene. You assume everyone's watching, judging, and etching your every awkward move into their mental scrapbooks. But spoiler, they're not. Everyone's too busy worrying about their own screw-ups to care about yours. The problem is, your memory records those moments like they're Oscar-worthy disasters. Your brain likes to magnify embarrassment as a way to teach you, never do that again. Which, okay, thanks, but now you're stuck reliving that time you called your teacher mom every time you close your eyes. So while you stew over your past faux pas, just know, no one else remembers. And even if they do, they've probably embellished it into something even funnier. Because everyone's memory is just as unreliable and self-centered as yours. Number 4, sleep's dirty trick. You'd think sleep would be when your brain just quietly files memories away like a librarian. Wrong. Sleep is when your brain takes out the scissors and glue and starts remixing. During REM sleep especially, your brain consolidates memories, but it also chops them up, stitches random pieces together, and even overwrites parts. That's why dreams can feel so real, yet so nonsensical. It's your brain's overnight editing session, complete with bad continuity and plot holes. Studies have shown that sleeping after learning something does help you remember it better. But it's not perfect, because sometimes your brain prioritizes emotional memories over useful ones, or just deletes half of what you learned. That's why you wake up able to hum a song you heard yesterday, but have no clue where you left your keys. Basically, your memory is like a hard drive that gets defragged by a raccoon every night. Useful? Yes. Predictable? Not even close. Number 3. Repetition, distortion. Here's one you didn't see coming. The more you recall a memory, the less accurate it gets. You'd think telling a story over and over would sharpen the details? Nope. It actually rewrites them every time. Every time you pull a memory out of storage, it becomes malleable, like warm Play-Doh. And your brain, being the chaotic neutral that it is, happily adds new details, deletes others, and reshapes the narrative depending on how you feel at that moment. Then it saves the altered version as if it were the original. This is called reconsolidation, and it's why eyewitnesses often remember things that never happened, and why your fishing story somehow evolves from catching a minnow to wrestling a marlin in open water. Your memory isn't just bad at telling the truth. It doesn't even care about the truth. It cares about giving you a story that makes sense, feels right, and keeps you functioning, which is great for your ego and terrible for your autobiography. Number 2, the identity illusion. Here's a thought that'll rattle your skull a little. Most of who you think you are is just memory. All those little snapshots, your first bike ride, that time you nailed the school play, every bad breakup, every gold star, they all string together to form you. Except, as we've already established, your memory is a compulsive liar with a flair for melodrama, which means the you you're so sure about, yeah, heavily fictionalized. Every time you recall your own past, you're editing, polishing, and sometimes even fabricating whole scenes. You're basically living inside your own unreliable memoir. Psychologists even have a term for it, autobiographical memory bias. You remember things in a way that protects your self-image, which means you overplay your wins, underplay your screw-ups, and invent just enough justification for all your bad decisions. You're not a monster. This is just how humans stay sane. But the dark side of this? If your memories shape your identity and your memories are full of holes and half-truths, who exactly are you? Okay, sorry, that one got a little existential. Go eat a cookie. Number 1, the forgetting that saves you. And finally, the single most disturbing, yet comforting secret about memory is this. Forgetting is on purpose. Your brain doesn't forget because it's lazy. It forgets because remembering everything would break you. If you could perfectly recall every face you've seen, every word you've ever read, every song you've ever heard, you'd short-circuit. You'd drown in useless details. In fact, people who can't forget, a rare condition called hyperthymesia, often describe it as a curse. Every bad day, every awkward moment, every little failure, all stuck on permanent replay. Turns out selective forgetting is a survival feature, not a bug. So next time you're frustrated that you can't remember where you left your glasses, just remember, your brain's only making space for something more important. Like that catchy jingle you hate, but somehow know by heart. Your memory is flawed, messy, and wildly biased. And thank God for that. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.